This was Michael Jackson's final stage performance. This photograph captures his last days. The King of Pop's final moments remind the world of his legacy. His music, his art, and his story live on forever. He rehearsed for a comeback the world had waited decades to see. The lights, the music, the rhythm of millions of hearts, all pulsed through him, yet the man beneath the glittering glove was fragile, exhausted, and haunted by shadows few could comprehend. Michael Jackson, the King of Pop, was preparing for his grand return, but the world did not know that each step, each note, and each spin was a delicate balance between brilliance and human fragility. This is the story of Michael Jackson's final days, the dance between ambition and mortality, between the dazzling world and the lonely man behind it. A tale that moves beyond headlines, beyond speculation, to the raw, unvarnished truth of a legend standing on the edge of destiny. The weight of return. By 2009, Michael Jackson had not performed a full concert in years. Rumors of eccentricity, controversy, and declining health had swirled for decades, coloring public perception. Yet beneath the scrutiny and whispers remained a performer, a perfectionist who believed he had one more chapter to write, one final message to share with the world. This Is It, his planned concert residency at London's O2 Arena, was more than a show. For Michael, it was redemption, a chance to reclaim the stage, to remind the world of the music, the art, and the humanity that had defined him. Behind closed doors, he devoted every hour to choreography, song, and rehearsal. Every movement was measured, every beat meticulously timed. Those closest to him noted the intensity. He arrived early, stayed late, and demanded nothing less than perfection from himself and his dancers. He wants to give people their money's worth, a longtime assistant said. It's not just a show for him, it's a mission. But perfection, as history has shown in countless tales of brilliance, comes at a cost. And Michael was paying a price few could see: sleepless nights, extreme physical strain, and a body pushed to its limits. The man behind the mask, Michael's public persona, the moonwalk, the sequins, the fedora, was an icon. But behind the mask was a man who had never fully escaped childhood. His early fame with the Jackson 5, the grueling schedules, and the intense pressure of adoration left deep scars. He had sought refuge in art, in dance, in music, a world he could control, a world in which mistakes could be corrected and perfection achieved. Yet even in this sanctuary, the king was not invincible. Reports from rehearsals reveal a man both determined and vulnerable. His voice sometimes faltered, his body complained, yet his drive never waned. Friends described him as joyful, warm, and inspiring in moments, yet withdrawn and fragile in others. Those who worked with him understood that every step he took, every note he sang, was a confrontation with the sum of his life: triumphs, heartbreaks, and unfulfilled desires. The pressure builds. As rehearsals intensified, so too did the pressures surrounding him. The world expected perfection. Concert promoters, notably AEG Live, faced staggering financial stakes and public scrutiny. Fans anticipated a spectacle worthy of Michael Jackson's legendary status. The media watched every movement, ready to turn rumors into headlines. Amid this, Michael's health began to suffer. He relied on medications to sustain sleep and manage pain, creating a delicate equilibrium. Every day was a negotiation between exhaustion and performance, between mortality and the desire to leave one last mark on the world. His close team, including choreographers, trainers, and medical professionals, worked tirelessly to maintain this balance, knowing that one misstep could have devastating consequences. The final rehearsals. In the weeks leading to his final scheduled performance, Michael's routine became relentless. Days began in the early morning hours and extended well past midnight. He meticulously rehearsed his classic hits: Billie Jean, Beat It, Smooth Criminal, and the new material that was to define the This Is It era. Each move was precise, each transition flawless. Choreographers noted his remarkable memory, his ability to visualize every element of a show before executing it. Yet there were signs of strain. He sometimes appeared fatigued mid-rehearsal, requiring brief pauses. His energy, once boundless, now needed careful management. Observers recount moments of frustration, a perfectionist battling a body that could no longer keep pace with his mind. Yet, even in exhaustion, he inspired. Dancers and crew often remarked on his presence, a magnetic force that demanded attention and respect, yet emanated vulnerability. It was a paradox. A man who could command a stadium of thousands could tremble with exhaustion in a rehearsal room of a few dozen. The night before June 24, 2009, the night before his death, Michael remained focused on the upcoming show. He reviewed choreography, fine-tuned set lists, and discussed stage effects with his team. Sleep was sporadic, interrupted by the weight of anticipation and the demands of performance. Yet he remained determined, insisting that the world see the culmination of his life's work. Despite his physical strain, Michael's vision never wavered. Friends recall his meticulous attention to detail, adjusting lighting cues, rehearsing costume changes, and ensuring every sound effect matched his creative vision. It was the mind of a genius at work, yet the body of a man reaching the limits of human endurance. June 25, 2009, the final morning. Michael awoke early, as was his routine, and prepared for the day's rehearsal. Close aides described him as serene yet focused, reviewing notes and plans for the show. Dr. Conrad Murray, his personal physician, attended to him as he had for months, monitoring medications and vital signs. The rehearsals began mid-morning, a final run-through of routines, transitions, and timing. Michael's movements were fluid, his voice precise, but the tension of months of preparation was evident. Crew members noted the extraordinary effort required to maintain his legendary performance standard. Each song demanded energy, concentration, and emotional connection, yet he delivered, determined to honor the promise of "This is it," the collapse. As the day progressed, Michael's exhaustion became critical. The medications intended to sustain him while he rested and rehearsed created a delicate balance, a balance that would tragically fail. Dr. Murray administered propofol, a powerful anesthetic, to aid sleep, while other medications managed pain and anxiety. By the afternoon, Michael suffered cardiac arrest. Despite immediate efforts to revive him, the combination of fatigue, medication, and underlying strain proved fatal. Paramedics arrived and emergency procedures were initiated, yet Michael Jackson, the world's greatest performer, passed away at the age of 50. The aftermath. The world reacted with disbelief. Fans mourned in millions, flooding the streets with flowers, candles, and tributes. Media coverage spanned continents. Yet beyond the headlines lay a quieter truth, the story of a man who gave everything to his art, who danced through life with unparalleled brilliance, and who bore the cost of perfection in silence. Investigations followed, legal proceedings ensued, and Dr. Conrad Murray was later found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. But beyond the legal outcomes, Michael's story remained a profound lesson in human limits, ambition, and the fragility of genius. Reflections on legacy. Michael Jackson's final days illuminate more than tragedy. They reveal the intersection of brilliance and mortality, the tension between ambition and health, and the sacrifices that accompany the pursuit of perfection. His life was a testament to the heights human creativity can achieve, yet also a warning of the costs incurred when the body and mind are pushed beyond endurance. For mature audiences, the reflection is clear. No matter how extraordinary a talent, how vast a dream, or how legendary a life, the human body demands respect. The mind may envision immortality, but the flesh is bound by limits. Michael's story challenges us to ask, at what cost do we pursue greatness? And how do we balance ambition with self-preservation? The eternal echo of a king. Even in death, Michael Jackson's influence endures. His music resonates across generations, his dance moves remain iconic, and his message, to entertain, to inspire, to heal, lives on. The King of Pop in his final days danced not just on the stage but across the hearts of millions, leaving a legacy that cannot be erased by mortality. History may remember the controversies, the headlines, the scrutiny, but those who listen closely hear the music, the rhythm, and the passion of a man who gave everything to his art. His final days, though tragic, remind us of the profound human capacity for creativity, resilience, and dedication. Lessons from Michael's Last Dance. 1. Ambition is powerful, but it must respect limits. But Michael's devotion to perfection drove him to incredible heights, yet his body could not sustain the relentless pace. 2. Genius and fragility coexist. Great talent does not make one invincible, it magnifies both brilliance and vulnerability. 3. Legacy is eternal. While life is finite, art, vision, and influence can transcend mortality. 4. The human cost of obsession. Dedication to one's craft is admirable, but balance is essential for longevity, health, and peace. In reflecting on Michael Jackson's final days, we are reminded that greatness is not measured only by accolades, records, or applause. It is measured by the wisdom to care for oneself, the courage to create despite pain, and the humility to recognize that even kings of music are bound by the fragile limits of human life. Closing, Michael Jackson stood at the edge of a new beginning, preparing for a show that would have defined his later years. Yet in those final hours, the world witnessed the intersection of artistry, mortality, and human fragility. The King's Last Dance was not performed for a stadium, but in the silent corridors of life itself, a lesson etched in history echoing across generations. May we remember him not just for the music, but for the humanity beneath the sequins, the struggles behind the spotlight, and the timeless story of a man who danced with destiny until the very end.